Join IJF NFT.
The time has come. This year, Guayaquil will shine with its own light. Ecuador will once again be the center of the world. We will dress in the white color of respect and honor. We will carry inside the values that this city has. We live like this as one family. We wear the judo armor that shows friendship and courage. We do what is fair at all times. We have learned to get up, no matter how hard the fall. This is how we are, a city that dresses in judo. Junior Judo World Championship, Guayaquil 2022.
Hello and welcome back to Guayaquil in Ecuador, and the final block on this, the fourth and final day of individual competition at this year's Junior World Championships. And it's a very good afternoon to former world champion Dennis van der Geest.
Yeah, well, a warm welcome here, warm it is, and this is the fourth day, so the final day, and we have 4 categories in this final block. And we will start with the 78 kilogram categories. And if you look at the persons who are in the final block who will be fighting for the medals this morning, you did not expect that. Because we had a few favorites today. For example, Oleg, the reigning world champion, she lost against Kuroda from Japan. We will see her later on in the final. Derks from the Netherlands is the only one who managed to reach medal fight. She will be fighting for the bronze, but Van Heemst from the Netherlands, also Ramos from Brazil, they lost already in the second round, so no repechages for them. We will start with Kurbanbayeva from Uzbekistan in white against Sachi from France. Kurbanbayeva was fighting quite well, lost in the quarterfinal, came back in the repechage, and now fighting Sachi from France. Sachi was in the semi-final against Freitas. The other bronze medal is Yu from Chinese Taipei, also fighting in the white against Derks from the Netherlands. Derks, who lost her semi-final against Kuroda. So Freitas won her semi-final, and it was Kuroda from Japan who won her semi-final. So this is the final we will see later on. It's Kuroda from Japan against Freitas from Brazil.
Yeah, it's been a nice group, and as Dennis van der Geest was saying, a little bit of a surprise that we lost the number 1 seed, the number 2 seed and the number 3 seed, all before they got to what we call the business end of the day.
It's true, you know, Oleg from Germany, okay, she was the highest ranked, but lost against Kuroda, and Kuroda made it until the final, and was also one of the stronger fighters today. So I don't know if we can call that a shame, you know, it's never a shame to lose, of course, but like, we expected a lot for her. But it's strange, just because the Japanese weren't there last year, and maybe they're not really high ranked, because not all the Japanese fight so often they don't fight so often abroad. So they make a lot of maybe competitions and training in Japan, and you don't see them so often. So they're not that high ranked. So it's possible that Oleg, in her first round as the highest ranked, had to face Kuroda, and Kuroda managed to get to the final. So yeah, if you had to, well, pick one out that you don't want to fight your first round, I know for sure Oleg would say that it would be Kuroda. Derks just did well until the semi-final and lost against the Japanese. I think the biggest upset was Van Heemst, that lost against Mishiner from Israel. Mishiner lost the fight afterwards against Sachi from France. So that was, I think, the biggest upset today. Ramos lost against Yu from the Chinese Taipei, who made some sort of Brazilian competition here, because first fighting Ramos, afterwards she was fighting Freitas, lost that fight, then came back in the repechage and is now fighting for the bronze medal.
Yes, we are about to get underway with all the medal matches. As Dennis has just said, we're looking forward to a good final block, 4 weight categories. Under 78 kilo category, first Kurbanbayeva of Uzbekistan stands down at the far end of the competition hall, just getting herself ready. Alongside her, a nervous looking Zachibi of France.
Well, and they also had quite a long break, so that's good. That's always a strange time in between the preliminaries and then the final block, because most of the athletes are out. You know, there are still 6 fighters left in every category, so most of them are or sitting in the stadium or already went to the hotel. So then also the warming up area is quite easy. You can see your opponent most of the time. He or she is making their warming up as well, so you already see each other a little bit. That brings up the tension, and then you know, oh, in a few moments we will have to fight each other to win a medal. And this first fight started. It's Kurbanbayeva in white, Sachi in blue.
Roberta Chioglia of Italy is the referee taking care of this one. Can't remember who it was that we saw with that similar kind of attack that always ended up holding on to one hand.
That's a big score, Wazari for Kurbanbayeva, and we saw a lot of Taniotoshis today that didn't work out, but this was a good one. There was also a real good lift. And the Wazari was cancelled for Ippon, and I think it was enough. Yeah, the landing was not flat on the back, but just like a millisecond later, both shoulders on the ground. So a medal for Uzbekistan after half a minute in the fight. Look how far the arm reaches around the waist. Strong pull.
Right, coming up next, the second of the bronze medal contests in the under 78 kilo category. Yusin Yi of Chinese Taipei goes up against Lika Derks of the Netherlands. It'll be Yu in the white judogi, Derks in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Lubomir Peter of Australia. Different body types, Dennis.
Yeah, you can say that. Big height difference.
Tall and leggy Derks. You a little bit, dare I say, short and squat, maybe. Wouldn't have any difficulty in describing a man like that, so let's be equal, short and squat.
You're describing a judoka, and it is what it is, and we will see it also in the style of judo, for sure. Derks, her favorite techniques are techniques with the legs, harugoshis, osodogaris. Big overhand grip here, and there's the osodogari. Wazari scored after 1 minute in the fight.
Turn coming here.
Yes, can she get the elbow? Oh, well, there was no control, so it was Yu who could roll out. Good overhand grip. Oh, well, I also like the way she controlled the arm in the end, because she had a lapel grip, but used her other arm to get the arm inside. That made it a score. Because normally when you have a lapel grip, like she has now, double lapel grip, if you make that Osoto, then it's quite easy for your opponent to get her arm out to break the fall. Until now it's quite impossible for you to come close enough to Derks to make a dangerous attack. It's too easy for Derks every time to have the right grips, the hands in between. Now she takes the arm with the Sankaku. It's you in danger now. The Wasari is already there, and it's a Newaza situation, really well executed by Derks. Pinning her opponent down, 10 seconds. She already looks at the clock and she knows she's the winner of the bronze medal. Absolutely gave you no chance in this fight.
Well, she came into the competition as the number 4 seed, so finishing on the podium with a bronze medal was what was on paper expected of her, and she's done exactly that. Just that single slip in the semi-final against Kuroda Aki of Japan.
Two really strong scores. And
the good finish.
Yes.
Good control with the legs. You can tell just how strong that is with the legs by the relaxed nature of the upper part of the body. You know everything's wrapped up. They're not moving from there.
Now, if you have the Sankaku on, if you have to make a choice what's stronger in your body, your legs or your arms, of course normally it would be your legs. So if you can control your opponent with your legs, then you know for sure that is quite stable. That's why she could also some sort of relax, watching the clock, saw the time ticking away until 10 seconds, and she knew, okay, this bronze medal is
got it.
Yeah, is mine.
Coming up next, the final of the under 78 kilo category. Kuroda Aki of Japan goes up against Beatriz Freitas of Brazil. It'll be Kuroda in the white judogi, Freitas in blue, the referee in the middle. For this one is Vyacheslav Peretyeko of Uzbekistan. We had a drought of Japanese medals, or there was a drought of Japanese medals yesterday. Today is another day. We have a finalist in every weight category. All 4 of the weight categories feature Japanese. This is the first of them. She disposed of the number 1 seed, Oleg, this morning, the German. And I'm on to Oleg going out in round 2. That was their opening contest. They both had a bye in the first round.
And you can see it's right-handed to left-handed, so this is for Kuroda excellent to launch the Uchimata. We saw the Uchimata in the semi-final. picks up a penalty.
Yeah, this time unusually the
Japanese, like, yeah,
Japanese.
what happened? Yeah, she was completely put into the corner of the tatami and couldn't get out. There's the Uchimata, scored.
coach practicing his refereeing signals there. Now a chance also.
First wrapping up the arm. Now the leg is out, but Freitas managed to grab it again. But now it's getting more and more difficult because she still has the arm. Stands up to roll her over, and that's nowadays you can do this, so it's done. It's the first gold medal for Japan today, Kuroda. And you could see from the beginning it was completely the way she wanted. A left-handed fighter with not too much pressure on it. That's for her, it's ideal situation to throw in this Uchimata, what she's shown before, and topped it off with some great Newaza skills as well. Freitas was not the favorite Brazilian today. That was Ramos. Ramos was out, so it's for her, I think, a silver medal at the World Championships is a big, big achievement.
Yeah. Finished off again in Newaza. Kuroda Aki of Japan. Kept it nice and simple. As Dennis was saying, the setup was there for the Uchimata. She's got a perfect frame as well. Long and leggy.
Yeah, and she makes it not as a hip throw, completely.
Yeah, with the leg.
Yeah, so nice rotation, leg in, and then really strong. Look what she does with the
Hands
right
again.
hand. No, the right hand is not like pulling, but it's pushing downwards. So your opponent, if you get an Uchimata like that, okay, on the one side your leg is really high and then your head is really low and you just like roll over. Excellent technique.
Right, we come to the second of the 4 weight categories that we've got to bring to you in this final block. It's the under 100 kilo category, and the first of the bronze medal contests features Kilian Kappelmeier of Germany. He's up against Daniel Accogli of Italy. Kappelmeier in the white judogi, Accogli in the blue judogi. The referee in the middle for this one is Ofer Ben Zvi of Israel. It's not a packed arena, and quite a good deal of what is shouted out by various people in the crowd we can pick up from where we're sitting. Not far to our left there's someone who's quite clearly supporting Accogli, and Dennis and I like to think that we give a reasonable running commentary, but we've got stiff competition from the Italian on our left hand side. He's got plenty more to say than we have.
Yeah. And with the Italian fire, he's speaking, trying to speak or yell Accogli to this bronze medal, but then he has to knock Kappelmeier down, and until now, what I've seen in the first minute, Kappelmeier looks a bit stronger in his gripping.
Yeah, he just got that last action wrong. He shouted Shido white, and unfortunately for his player it was Shido blue.
Yeah, well, you can always try, of course. But you see that he's having a real hard time with this right dominant grip of the German.
Nicely blocked by Kappelmeier. He won't be able to go there again, and the reason for that is that it was so easily blocked that it just looked poor.
Yeah, because he cannot get close enough to his opponent. You have to, if you want to make the katakuruma, because you cannot. Oh, well, that was quite well that he turned out hooked in himself. But there again, you can see that the German is physically also a bit stronger.
Good reaction.
At least now in the first 2 minutes, everything can change, of course. But if you want to make the katakuruma, it used to go with the leg, of course. Then you grab the leg, and then you did not need that contact with the body of your opponent. Now, because you can only use the sleeve or the lapel, you have to be closer to your opponent. And with these long arms of this German, it's quite difficult for the Italian to come close.
There was that low snaking ojigari that Dennis has been talking about over the last couple of days.
Parlati. That was the first one to see it, but and then also he makes it in a circle.
Yes.
Brilliant technique. Yeah.
He's verging on the false there because it's just so far away.
Yeah, but on the other hand, Kappelmeier is not doing anything.
Well, he just picked up a penalty for passivity, but Akogli picks up a penalty for a second.
Yeah, and then you come into the discussion, like if somebody makes like 2 bad attacks and the other one does nothing, who are you going to give the Shido? Is the Shido for, or a penalty for bad attacks, or a penalty for doing nothing?
Well, if you fail, if you make 2 attacks and they both fail, and your opponent hasn't done anything, I'm looking at the one who hasn't done anything to give the Shido. However, if he makes 2 attacks and they're both false attacks,
but now it's quite clear. The few biggest balance disturbance were from the German. This is one again. Here you can see quite clearly, because he's having the arm on the lapel and not on the sleeve, that makes it more easy for Akogli to get out of the situation with his arms. He can stretch out his arm, but I think Akogli is close to a 3rd Shido, and don't think it will be in normal time. Golden score is coming up in a few seconds.
Not a bad little effort there. Just right at the end of normal time, throw something in the hope that something will come from it. Right, we're underway with the golden score period then. That wasn't the strongest of attacks I've ever seen.
No, but he lost contact, and I think the intention was okay.
Yeah.
Here you could see that he made a katakuruma on this side, but first search for a body part that he could like put his head in. Then you have more control. That makes it a good attack. After almost 5 minutes of fighting, you can see that Kappelmeier doesn't get the right arm over the back as easy as he had in the first few minutes. Every time it's Akogli who managed to break the grip. Now here it is again. And again. That's enough, maybe. Is this a Wasari?
It's on the board.
It's on the board. And I think it was enough. Let's see. Well, if there was somebody who had a good view, it was the referee. I think it's enough. So it's Kappelmeier from Germany who wins the first bronze medal for men under 100 kilograms.
Just squeezing out that winning technique there. He had the best of the attacks, I think. The German in there.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll just watch a few of the highlights and then we'll have the second of the bronze medal contests. Coming up now, Muhammad Makdor Mansurov of Uzbekistan goes up against Benjamin Matesier of Slovakia. It's Mansurov in the white judogi, Matesier in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Ganbold Nyamtsov of Mongolia. Yeah, breaking off the grips right at the beginning is something that they're going to have to learn to avoid. I suppose you get used to, you know, in the beginning, just trying to keep your opponent off. It's easy to make that slip, just to break off the grip.
Yeah, but it's already equal with penalties because both picked up one.
Yoko Tomoyanagi, and then attempted to work on the arm, but it's just that little bit too far away. The thought was there, it was a good thought, but it's that little bit too far away.
If it's well executed, I think it's one of the nicest combinations from Tachiwaza to Newaza and the Yoko Tomo straight into the arm lock. There's the strong grip.
The difficulty in this particular contest is that Mansurov is quite tall for the weight category and Matasia is quite short. So it's opposite ends of the height scale for the weight category.
Because when he drops down for the Yoko Tomo, then it's almost that his leg doesn't get far enough to make contact with the Uzbek.
Because he's Mansurov's arms
when he stretches out his arms.
It's as long as the legs of Matasia. Looking to go over on the right side, Mansurov. Low Toshi from Matasia is what he'd like to try and bring off. He's threatened with the Osodagari as well. Neither have yet resulted in any success.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it might,
yeah.
I thought it was the other way round.
No, for me it was Matasse who broke the grip.
Oh, okay. In that
but
case,
that was not a signal that he gave, or did he?
Yeah, it was.
Mansurov had the grip.
Had the grip.
Yeah.
And it was the Slovak who broke it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what most of the referees are saying is that the signal should be you refuse to refuse the grip.
Yeah, but I think this is a real difficult situation because first Mansurov breaks the grip, so he holds the sleeve, and like in this directly he he breaks the grip as well, and it's not like Mansurov already has the grip for a few seconds and then you do this.
Yeah, tricky one. Anyway, Matasse has picked up 2 penalties.
Sometimes they have to be a bit more easy with that, in my opinion. I have the feeling that Mansurov is just waiting for the right moment. He is the one who's completely dominating.
Yeah, Matasse's got to look at the situation here and realise that he's the one on a knife edge here. It could all end for him very quickly. He's got to come up with an attack in this cycle here.
So, golden score.
Oh, chance for a pick up if he drops the hips there. Close. Just for a moment. It looked as though he might be able to come up with something. Wasn't really in the best position, but you never know. Some athletes can engineer something from very difficult situations. Not this time round. Oh, there's the Osodagari. Just unsettled Mansurov for a moment.
Matasse is battling himself back into the game. It looked like he did not have enough power, but Mansurov looks really strong with his grips, but his attacks, his techniques are not that strong.
The problem now is that the referee's just given Mansurov a penalty for passivity. Well, it was cancelled.
Let's see what he gets now, because
so
this was just a drop down.
That was
on
just
the
a
knees.
drop.
Yeah,
so he's going to be reluctant to go back there, having just been told no. And if he scored anyway, it doesn't matter. You can forget
Matasse.
it. And I wouldn't get involved in the Osaikomi. Yes.
Yeah, hard. Yes.
Yeah. Someone loves you.
Nice combination, and
well, you said he was getting back into it.
It's classical example of somebody. For the first 4 minutes, I did not have the feeling that he was capable of throwing his opponent, but Mansurov had the strongest grip, was controlling the fight, but every time when he came in with a technique, it wasn't that good.
Benjamin Matasse of Slovakia takes the second of the bronze medals in the under 100 kilo category. The Uzbek coach is not best pleased with his young charge, Muhammad Kodir Mansurov, and he's berating him in the in the arena, which is always, I think, you know, an unfortunate thing, especially for the juniors. You might want to have a go at him, but take him outside, you know, you don't publicly humiliate him like that. Rather unfortunate. Anyway, we come now to the final of the under 100 kilo category. Nakano Tomohiro of Japan goes up against Kenny Liveze of France. Or Liveze.
Liveze.
Yeah.
And we don't know.
Yeah. Nakano in the white judogi, Liveze in the white, in blue.
Yeah.
The referee in the middle for this one is Cho In-chul of the Republic of Korea.
I called Liveze from France this morning the favorite. But I called him the favorite because I don't know Nakano. And so it's hard to predict. I thought this Japanese, I saw a really nice Tai Toshi. And
yes!
it's over,
Yes!
I think.
Yoko Sutemi was up.
Oh,
No doubt about it.
no. I don't know why. well, it went so fast, but Nakano had all the time to outstretch his arm. But it was so fast, and there was so much energy in it.
I'm gonna tell you something before he leaves the mat. You were telling me earlier, Dennis, about, you know, you're 19, 20, you're just coming out of juniors, just going to start getting really big and strong. What do you think?
Yeah, well, he was the world champion in cadets already, and I think this can be a real good one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about the next step up, because when you see him coming out here, it's a big guy.
Oh yeah, no doubt that. Yeah. Oh, you think that he will be heavyweight?
Yeah. Well, come and have a look. He's just
I've seen him. Walking outside. Yeah, he's a big guy.
I'm not saying now.
No.
You give a couple of years, 2, 3, 4 years, give him a cycle at 100.
Yes.
That's a good-sized fella.
But then I want to see him making this move to somebody who's 150 kilos. Well, his fellow Frenchman can do it, but he's 150 kilos or something himself, Teddy Riner.
Right, we come now to the awarding ceremony for women in the under 78 kilo category. The medals are being presented by the president of the Judo Federation of Argentina, Mr. Oscar Casaneri. The first of the bronze medals goes to Lieke Derks of the Netherlands. Sure, she didn't have that hairstyle earlier on. Maybe she just let her hair down.
No, she had it like that. Yeah, of course, not completely, but.
The second of the bronze medals goes to Iriskon Kurbanbayeva of Uzbekistan. There's a silver. Went to Beatriz Freitas of Brazil, but the gold medal goes to Kuroda Aki of Japan. Two good categories, Dennis, to get going in the final block.
Well, the first under 78 was quite fast done with all those hip-ons. Now we had, of course, a few golden scores, but in the end, it's
30
everything.
seconds.
Yeah, but with really good scores, and I think if we continue like this, maybe the best, the best final block. Save the best for last.
And now the national anthem of Japan. There's the family picture, and then the picture of the winning quartet. The bronze medal were picked up by Kurbanbayeva and Dirks. It was Freitas who collected the silver, and Kuroda who walks away with the gold medal. Okay, we've got 2 more weight categories to bring you. It's the super heavyweights now, the plus 78 kilo category, and the first of the bronze medal contest features Mukunoki Miki of Japan. She goes up against Carmen Dijkstra of the Netherlands. It'll be Mukunoki in the white judogi, Dijkstra in blue. Well, a chance for the Netherlands to pick up another medal here. Got to get past Mukunoki first, however. The referee in the middle for this one is Roland Heuger of Austria.
Yeah, and that gives us a chance to tell the people who are watching the preliminaries, where we saw Mukunoki, who lost against who was it? Against Osturk, with the arm lock, where we did not see her tapping out. But finally we saw the other side, where there also was a camera, but we did not see it on the footage. And it was definitely Mukunoki who tapped out for short, like really fast, really short, but it was there. So to get that clear. Well, this went quite easy, to be honest. And you know, if you're in this position with the Japanese, especially in the Japanese heavyweights, it's impossible to come out. So a 5th place for Dijkstra for the Netherlands. This minor foot sweep, breaking off the balance, was enough, and then the push, already controlling the arm when she was in Tachiwaza, so she landed in the Newasa situation, straight in the hold down. So it was Mukunoki who won this bronze medal contest. There it is. That's just enough. On the knees. Look at the left arm of Dijkstra. She's still controlling it.
We come now to the second of the bronze medal contests, and it's an all-Italian affair. Erika Simeonetti of Italy. She goes up against teammate Isa Tavano. It'll be Simeonetti in the white judogi, Tavano in blue. Referee in the middle for this one is John Ramaikers of the Netherlands. Just the way that things have worked out, that the Italians have to go head to head.
Yeah, well, there are 4 head-to-heads that I know of, but of course maybe in Italy there will be a few more. And it was Simonetti who won 3 out of 4, but the last one, that was Tavano.
Yes, I suspect you're right, Dennis. There would have been any number of clashes on the way up. Chance for a turnover here, but I haven't yet seen anything that suggests that there is a great deal of technical skill involved in this.
Well, mostly fights
Sorry.
in between two people from the same country. They know each other very well. It's quite difficult to make it very
Breakdown,
interesting.
yeah.
Sometimes there's also a lot that comes into the game. Maybe it's really important, the one who will win. Of course, it's not only, well, here it's about the medal, but so medal is always important, but yeah.
Simeonetti picked up the penalty. Tell you what though, they'll be spoilt for choice in the team event, won't they? 2 heavyweights to choose from.
And Italy has
not so
shown
bad.
some really
Yeah,
good judo
yeah.
the last few days. Really,
57 kilo
really
category. What
strong.
happened there?
really strong team.
57. Toniolo, Veronica Toniolo, tough little nut to crack. Bronze medal, yeah.
And then
So
they
you-
have.
And then in 70,
They had in the 52, they had the winner, so I
Yeah.
think Karna is also possible fighting in 57.
yes, could do. They did, however, miss out a 70 kilo category fighter.
Yeah, but had a bronze medalist, Tsuko, in the 63s.
Yeah, she might have to step up then.
Yeah, but
And she was also good.
mhm.
I liked a gutsy fighter, and that's what you're going to need. Well, the men will have to pick up the pace. Did they have a plus 100? Can't remember seeing one. Mind you, it's... Yes, it is. But I can't remember having seen one.
No, me neither. But they had a guy, we saw him fighting for the bronze medal, the 100 kilo guy, Akogli. Akogli. So I think Italy has a strong team.
Yeah, they could be in there, couldn't they?
Well, our Dutch referee thinks it's also enough. 2 Shidos for both athletes. We're not going to write an article about this fight, eh?
Not me.
It's so difficult. You can see that they know each other so well. With every movement, you see the way the other one reacts.
I can just save us the trouble about guessing who will compete in which weights for the Italians, because they haven't entered a team.
They haven't entered the
They
team.
haven't entered a team.
Why not?
They just haven't. It's France, Cuba, Germany, Ecuador, Japan, Turkey, Georgia, Brazil and Uzbekistan, and it also means that we won't have the pleasure of seeing a Dutch team.
No, but I think we just don't have enough fighters. Here's the score.
Oh,
This is it.
yeah, done.
Simonetti, she wins.
And she forewent any involvement on the ground. I think that has to be the quietest
The
win.
Yeah, but still, look at the right feet. I think it was quite funny how she did it, because she made some sort of Tai Toshi, Osoto Toshi style, and then during the drop, she lifted up her leg for just a second.
All right, let's have a look at that.
Hup.
Yeah, yeah.
That was enough. Well, let's hope this final gives us a bit more firework.
Yes, indeed, it is the final of the plus 78 kilo category. Hilal Öztürk of Turkey strides out into the competition arena to face Arai Mao of Japan. It'll be Öztürk in the white judogi, Arai in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Elizabeth Gonzalez of Mexico.
Is there one heavyweight woman who can stop Öztürk? She is so big, and she does this makikomi, but makes such good use of her heavyweight, but also her tall. She's really tall, so it's quite difficult for a heavyweight to look at this difference.
What was the photograph that we saw recently of a smaller Japanese beating the French fighter, I think it was? Yes, it was Leah Fontaine being thrown twice by a Japanese opponent.
If you look at Arai, she doesn't look like heavyweight.
No, not
But
at all.
what I do see is that she's really strong in her grips. So maybe this is also a way for Japan to bring a heavyweight. Just pick out a real good 78 kilo fighter. I don't know, I don't understand why not more countries do this. Like, good 78 fighter,
Yeah.
make her maybe 90 kilos or something, but really strong. I think if you are strong enough in your grips and in the power in your hands, so you can like keep the distance from the heavier fighters you will see, then you have a good chance. Look how she controls the right arm of Öztürk. She's not used to this. She needs that right arm. Oh, now she switches to the other side. But that's quite okay for Arai. So one thing that I did not see today is that Öztürk is at least capable of attacking from to the left and to the right.
I think the point that you were making about finding someone at under 78 who can step up.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at
Yeah.
this, you know, if you're strong enough, you just have to run around. You know, if you want to win against a person like this, like Öztürk, what is quite difficult. Of course, I understand. I always,
Yeah.
I fight heavyweights for 15 years, and if you have somebody who is, yeah, that big and that strong, you have to move around.
The Germans had an athlete that they moved from under 78 to plus 78, who I thought really did fit the bill, Franziska Konitz.
Yeah,
And I thought that was...
but if Arai now uses a bit more of her feet, jumping around a little bit, then for sure this first penalty will be on the tatami. Yeah, well, she picks up a penalty now, but yeah, you can also say that Öztürk just landed flat on her front. It wasn't that good also, but you know what I mean? Why is Arai not moving a bit more?
Yeah.
Oh, this is
Yeah, there you go.
okay. Well, that was something. Just stood grabbed her on the on the back, hip throw, and look at this. Yes, that makes me happy, and not because I don't, you know, if Oster wins is also good,
yeah.
but this is the judo I want to see. If I see a lighter heavyweight, then I want to see this, like battle her, and unbelievable that she could throw in this hip throw on the knees, and so this Arai has to be strong. What are they complaining about? Is there something going on?
Not as far as I can see. Okay.
They cancelled
what
the
was it?
Ippon.
Why?
What?
All right.
What?
She grabbed the leg during the execution of the waza and picked up Ashido instead. Well, we'll have to see.
I cannot see it from this side. Where?
Oh, there you go. It's
No, man, it's the belt. You cannot see it because the judo gi is over it. Unbelievable. Oh, she throws her again. So, okay. Oh, Uchigari. But it's the drive from the right arm. Look, the right arm. That's the push. Straight on her back. Look, the drive. The right arm. That's it.
the temptation here when you're going over is to turn your body so you don't go on your back. Dennis is talking about the right arm, and if you look at the way that the right arm controls the opponent on the way down, that's what does it.
This was on the belt. Some things can make me a bit angry, but also because maybe I'm not completely how do I see clear in my vision, because I really liked the way she scored.
Anyway,
yes.
Yeah. And the thing about it is,
yeah.
Between this and this is so small.
No, but also because
yeah.
I think, you know, that belt, it can go up and down for maybe 10 or 20 centimeters. But in my opinion, she
threw her.
yeah, that was one thing for sure. And she threw her again with a big ippon. So
no doubt about it. She was thrown twice. The second one, there was no question.
Quite enthusiastic I was, and that's not always the question in the heavyweight for women.
And that's a good point. I was just going to try to clarify for people at home exactly why it is that Dennis van der Geest is so animated about it, because we have to wait so long before we get to see really high quality performances in that weight category. So when they do come, we're excited about it, because we want that category to be good as well.
No, and what I like is that I saw a non-traditional Japanese heavyweight.
Yeah.
This was, you know, not somebody who weighs 130 kilos, but strong enough, because you have to make them strong enough so they can battle the real heavy women. They're strong enough in the grips, strong enough in the arms, and she was, and then also with excellent judo. This is a heavyweight that I like, and it's not only with the women, it's with the men as well. I love to see this guy who's maybe 110 or 150 kilos who can throw a guy who is 160. That's what you want to see.
We come now to the awarding ceremony for men in the under 100 kilo category. The bronze medals go to Kilian Kappelmeier of Germany and Benjamin Matasia of Slovakia. There's a silver medal for Nakano Tomohiro of Japan. But the gold medal goes to Kenny Levitsa of France. Well, we'll see just where it is that the Frenchman settles himself in the years to come.
Yep.
He may just be perfectly happy at under 100 kilos, in exactly the same way that for most of his career Lukas Kopalik was, and he went on to win Olympic gold at under 100 kilos. He then later transitioned to the plus 100 and did exactly the same thing there. And I think that's Dennis's point. You can, when you're younger, have some success in the hundreds and later transition to the plus 100. And now the national anthem of France.
Well, and one thing's for sure, if you're the junior world champion in 2022, you can dream of the Olympics in Paris in 2024. And it's not that France has a big number of strong fighters in the minus 100.
That is actually the biggest point. Biggest point. It's there for the taking, that weight category.
So this is the guy they will bring for sure in the next 2 years.
Yeah, he's got the pedigree, hasn't he? You were saying about cadets and now juniors. This next 2 years, we'll see him unleashed on the IJF Judo World Tour.
Possibly. 20 years old, so this was also his final year. So this is the moment for him to make the change. And the fun part is, normally when you're 20, you know, they sent you to a Grand Prix or a Grand Slam. The French didn't send him anywhere. All the junior European Cups. He won 2 European Cups this year. So, well, a strong fighter.
Coming up next, the first of the bronze medal contests in the plus 100 kilo category. It's Lombek Ravshankulov of It's Ravshankulov in the white judogi, Continental in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Raul Camacho of Spain.
You know, for some things that I see, maybe you don't see it. Oh, score for the Uzbek. The trousers of Konoval look like flares, you know, they're really, well, yeah. And
he's just heard you.
No, but yeah, look how long.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
not
maybe for him it's not a problem. I would get crazy if I just feel my
under your feet.
I feel it under my feet.
I couldn't do it. Yeah, you're quite right. He's pulled that up, hasn't he?
Yeah.
It's annoyed him so much he's pulled it up. Oh, little attempt at the sit-down shoulder wheel there. Konoval might want to take this a little bit longer.
And today he showed some good judo.
Yeah. I think Ravshankulov suggested to me earlier on that he's not a guy that likes to do 4 minutes.
Well, then I can give him a handshake. If you can throw somebody within 4 minutes, then why don't you?
Yeah, why would you hang around? Yeah. A little under half the contest still to come. Shankulov picks up a penalty. If only Konoval could work tactically here, he could really bring himself into this.
Konoval won against the teammate of Rafa Shankulov, the former 100 kilo guy Turoboyev.
Yeah.
And that fight, he showed some good techniques. Turoboyev, of course, wasn't the most heavyweight, and we did not see him afterwards in the repechage as well. But because Konoval had a first fight against Ramon from Tajikistan, but he didn't show up, and this one win against Turoboyev, that was one win, brought him into the semi-final. And in this semi-final he lost against Omar from Cuba, and now he's here in the bronze medal contest. So yeah, it is possible.
What do they want to do to him now, poor fella? And they want to give him a Shido because he tied his belt up. He stood there he stood there looking.
Yeah.
He looked at the referee before he tied his belt, and the referee said, yeah, okay, tie it. So he said, okay, but he undid it.
Yeah.
That was the problem. Oh, almost. You know, they're just signs that he...
Yeah, he has some skills.
Yeah, he wants to carry out some techniques. He just can't finish them off. Can I? Shall I?
Yeah. Yeah, you can. But
Now
then
you
afterwards
can,
I will give you a Shido.
Yeah. So it came the other way round. He undid it first, and then the referee said, okay, seeing as you're starting, well...
No, you know, it's judo looks a bit unpolished, a bit rough, you know.
Yeah.
But that's something you can work on.
19 years old he is.
Yeah, and he has some moves.
Yeah.
And he has a big heart, because there's a Wazari on the board, and
he's still going.
Yeah, I don't have the feeling that he thinks like, okay, I already lost this one. He just goes for it.
He's done well because he's only picked up the one Shido.
Yeah, and for not a reason like non-attacking or something.
Go big now.
He has to learn Ouchigari.
Yes.
So I don't know if somebody is watching this.
You almost flashed for it, didn't
Yes. Ouchigari, that's what he needs. A throw to the back.
Gone now, gone.
If he comes back in his training center, just start doing that.
Well, Shankulov can just about get to his feet. He's lucky there's not another 30 seconds on the clock.
Shankulov winning the bronze medal. Konoval, what can I say about it? Okay, he had some luck. Only one fight he won, but he did it in style, and that brought him into the semi-final. That semi-final he lost. And he lost again, but a 5th place for him. And for sure, if he looks back at his tournament, there are some points that he can work on. Would be nice to see a strong American heavyweight.
Indeed. Yeah, say you went down. Islombek Ravshankulov of Uzbekistan takes the first of the bronze medals in the super heavyweights for men, the plus 100 kilo category. We've got a second bronze medal contest coming up now. It's Jules Blom of the Netherlands. He goes up against Shalva Gurashidze of Georgia. Blom in the white judogi, Gurashidze in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Hella Luchens of Belgium.
Blom had a bye in the rapid charge, so that was nice for him. But had a strong fight against the Cuban. In my opinion, he had chances to win. That should have brought him in the semi-final, but that did not happen. So let's see if he can uses his tall body. It's really tall, with a strong dominant grip.
There's another one that could pack on at 20 kilos and be a monster in the super heavyweights, couldn't he? Gee, the size of the guy.
Could be. But for the Georgian, it's really nice that he's this tall, because this is exactly the way the Gurashidze fights, with his sodas jumping underneath. So Blom has to put a lot of pressure, downwards pressure. Otherwise, if he opens up too much, then it's for Gurashidze a big chance to launch his attacks.
Blom picks up a penalty for passivity. I was interested to see just how high Heather Luchens had to point up towards Blom there. Left-sided effort, but it's a weak one, and the Dutchman's able to block it fairly easily. Just a single Shido on the board at the moment.
No.
It's away from her. She can't see the landing.
No, but if you cannot see the landing, just from her side, I can understand that she gives a Wazari, but it was close.
Still just a single Shido then. Looking to go over on the right side. Long right leg and now left.
But that's
and then
not
right.
The left one
There
is
we
not his Tokiwaza. He wants to have it on the right side.
Ooh.
And the right leg of Gurashidze is quite far away. Of course, he did his homework. He's keeping his leg to the back. So it's difficult for Blom to come close to his favorite technique on the right side. But with a minute, you can see that already Gurashidze is not looking that fresh anymore as he did in the first 2 minutes.
He picks up a penalty for that overly defensive posture.
Well, just hook in your leg.
Yeah, that's all you have to do, and you can continue with that strong grip.
So the fight is, I wanted to say turned over. Like, I saw a bit more chances for Blom coming up, and we both saw it.
Yes.
But this combination, what he did with the Ouchigari and then to the other side, but it was not with confidence. And the Georgian was waiting for it to throw him with a big Uranage. if I have to give him the tip,
Don't do that.
no, no. If you're tall like that and you have such long arms and legs, and you're fighting a Georgian, of course this is his style. He loves to be close to his opponents, but it's so dangerous against the Georgian. This technique, this is what they do every day.
Shalva Gurashidze, the bronze medal, second bronze medal winner in the plus 100 kilo category.
So one more fight coming up.
And it's the final of the plus 100 kilo category. Nakamura Yuta of Japan goes up against Cruz Leon Omar of Cuba. It'll be Nakamura in the white judogi, Omar in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Jose Ordonez of Honduras. We shall see how Omar copes with Nakamura.
So that's the way to start your final. One side, Ochigari. But what I've seen all day from Omar, that his strength is in his core.
If Konoval's trousers were ill-fitting, then Omar's jacket is also
quite on the
a baggy size.
Baggy size. It's a challenge to throw this Cuban. I don't like it that the athletes sometimes look at the referees like, didn't you see that? That's the Shido.
Whoop.
Cute attack there from Omar.
Good one. Just got to be careful on the ground here.
No, can he know?
I suspect that Omar's throwing skills outweigh his prowess in Newas. I'm not that sure about Nakamura. He tend to drill both aspects of the game equally well. Almost caught him with a counter.
No. This Cuban is not an easy catch for the Japanese.
Just got the right hand trapped at the moment. Trying to free that up. Decides to take the sleeve. Well, he's got to go now.
Nice. He had to jump. He had to jump to get the arm on the side he wanted.
Came under a bit of pressure there, did Omar, and ducked underneath in the end. Well, penalised for ducking underneath anyway. Time to come up with an attack, go from there. Oh, just off balance.
Yeah, but you can see, you know, it's the gripping is really important. The fight on the upper half of their bodies, but it's the Japanese, for me, who tries to get a grip to start doing judo, and Omar is only trying to, defend.
Yeah, he hasn't felt comfortable enough yet to launch a direct attack.
And this was a strange way how he just dropped.
There he goes now. Just got to get, again, the right hand free. Ooh. Nakamura felt it. He wasn't going to get back up there.
No.
He just felt the power and he said, no, I'll just take it here, I think. 40-odd seconds left to go. A little bit desperate with that.
Yeah, and on the arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to watch it.
Yeah. So
he just felt straight on the arm of Nakamura. And it was such an uncontrolled technique.
No, it's not.
No, it's okay.
His hand is trapped in there by no fault of Omar's.
And it was difficult to see from this side, but from the other side. So happily.
Yes.
But then I don't understand why the Japanese was touching his elbow. Then that also was like showing something to the referee. Normally you only see this with soccer.
Yeah. Maybe he's been watching Manchester United.
Yeah. Well, that was really good, huh? Yeah.
Whoop. He was going to call it there.
Yeah, he got away with it, but...
Omar hasn't been able to get as close as he would like. I think he fancies his chances with a Kosotagaki, the bear hug type thing, or maybe an Uranagi. That's the kind of action that he wants to get involved in. Nakamura's not having any of it. This is a little bit closer for him now and then. And now Omar picks up a second penalty. No, get out of there, and but not like that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, and we're talking about the final, so
let that one ride.
If this wasn't the final,
maybe he's gone.
Yeah. I think in the final, and I think that's the right. You have to,
as you said earlier, give them a little bit of space. Here's a chance. He really wants to get close here, Omar, and when he does, Nakamura's not interested. Well, who would be? He's got to go brave here now, Omar, because this is getting away from him. He's 2 penalties down. We're into the golden score period. You've got to threaten Nakamura and at least have one arm wrapped around him and see how he responds and really threaten him, pressure him. Well, he's just hung on there, Nakamura. He was lucky to get away with that. That was on the other side of the mat official, and he hung on there without doing anything at all.
Yeah, but for me, Nakamura still looks the same as he did the first minute. Like, finally! It's always good when we end a day with a big ippon. And this was the big ippon we were waiting for. Uchimata. I think he doesn't even is holding the gi. Yeah, maybe with
and
with
again the hands.
With the reversed hand. Yeah. So then it's not a pull, but it's a push. That's good. That's good to watch. If you look at the right hand of Nakamura, reversed in the neck of the Cuban, that gives him the momentum, and that's why he can pull the head down from the Cuban. Strong pull with the left hand. Great Uchimata. So it's Nakamura who is the world champion juniors in the heavyweights.
Yep, they didn't have it all their own way, but that's a third
Mm-hmm.
gold medal for the Japanese on this final day of individual competition. We're going to have the awarding ceremonies for the last two weight categories. We'll then give you a rundown of the medal table, and then Dennis will try and rack his brains and come up with...
I was quite enthusiastic about this final block.
Oh no, I mean about, you know, the whole 4 days. Who over the 4 days you thought was worth mentioning, because it will be the teams tomorrow. So
Yeah, well, a few.
right,
Today-
okay, you've got time.
Yeah.
You've got time to pick them up, because we're going to have the awarding ceremonies anyway. So Dennis reminds me a little bit of Annette Byrne, because she always makes notes and then she can refer to her notes, and Dennis is pretty good with his notes. But the difference between Annette Byrne and Dennis van der Geest is I can actually read Dennis's.
Yeah.
I can read Dennis's.
Well, at least we have a Nakamura who won the plus, and we have a Nakamura who won the minus 60. That's nice, eh?
Well, there's a good.
It's just something that's like info. You can not do anything with it, but just throw it out.
You just threw that one out there. Yeah. Right, here come the athletes in the plus 78 kilo category for the awarding ceremony. The medals are being presented by the International Judo Federation Education and Coaching Director, Mr. Mohamed Meridja. The first of the bronze medals goes to Erika Simeonetti of Italy. There's a bronze medal also for Mukunoki Miki of Japan. Silver medal goes to Hilal Öztürk of Turkey. But the gold medal goes to Arai Mao of Japan. Yes, come back to Dennis's point about finding athletes from the weight below to come up to the plus division. We have had some degree of success with that, and I guess the most successful, without a doubt, has been Lukas Kapalik in the men's division.
Yeah, but we have had it before with the Japanese who won the gold medal. Suzuki won the gold
Suzuki
Olympic medal.
KG did as well. Yeah. No one has been quite as successful as Kapalik, however.
No.
And now the national anthem of Japan. Time for a family picture, and then one of the four athletes, the winning quartet in the plus 78 kilo category. The bronze medals went to Simeonetti and Mukunoki of Japan. Rose took the silver, and it was Arai who walked away with the gold medal. One more weight category to bring you. It's the plus 100 kilo category, the super heavyweights for men. Once we've finished the pleasantries here, we'll have the men up there, and as I said earlier on, we'll have Dennis van der Geest to give us his thoughts on the last 4 days, the individual competition. And just a reminder that we'll be back tomorrow with the teams, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. You can find the draw for the team event, by the way, online. So those of you who want to have a look at it, you can just click and see what the draw is.
Well, it's not that easy. Where can I find it?
Oh, okay, exactly the same place that you found the individual one. Just go back a couple. If you go back to live, it'll offer you the individual, and further up, that's the individual. You should have the team on there. Okay.
Here it is.
There you go.
Live now. Well, it wasn't that easy. Come on.
But it
be
is.
honest.
It is there. No, we didn't see it at first, and it should be something that you really click on immediately. You're quite right. It's not that easy. Right, the athletes in the plus 100 kilo category are lined up to receive their medals from the International Judo Federation head refereeing director, Mr. Florin Daniel Lascaux. There's a bronze medal, first of all, for Shalva Gurashidze of Georgia. There's a bronze medal also for Islomi Ravshankulov of Uzbekistan. Silver medal goes to Cruz Leon Omar of Cuba. But the gold medal goes to Nakamura Yuta of Japan. Prize money and the mascot awarded to the medal winners, and now the national anthem of Japan. That's the awarding party. The guests can go off now, but the press still want to get their photographs of the winning quartet. Georgia, Uzbekistan, bronze medal winners. The Cuban picked up the silver loop. It was the Japanese to take the gold medal. Now, speaking of gold medals, I'll just tell you quickly that Japan may not have been here last year, but it turned up here this year. They took 6 gold medals. And there was a gold medal for France, Turkey, Italy, Uzbekistan, Spain, Netherlands, the Republic of Moldova and Tajikistan. The rest of the medals you can find online, and I think they'll be fairly easy to find. Even Dennis can find them online.
Yeah, well, it wasn't that easy. Come on, but actually I found it.
Right, now, Dennis van der Geest has been diligent and worked out a few names that he wants to pick out. I'm absolutely certain that they are the ones that I would have gone for as well, because we've been watching the same competition. We've got pretty much the same sort of feel about what was good.
I'm an open book, you know, so if I'm not having fun, you can see it, you can hear it, and if I see a judoka that makes me happy, you know, then I get really enthusiastic. And I had that on what was it, day one with Emma Mali.
Emma Mali, good man,
Because this is a guy, you see the way he fights when he grabs you, that you don't feel power, but he is strong, of course. But he gives you, every time he gives you the feeling like, come on, do something. And then in the end, you're like, he threw me. How? And it was great to see him whole day through. And also for Tajikistan, he was a non-seeded fighter, and he won the gold medal. I think that was definitely one. You can of course see all the matches on the internet. Watch this guy, Latisev from Moldova in the 81s. I really enjoyed that one.
It could be that might be my favorite, to be honest.
Yeah. You were from the start off, and in the final against Arekba, who was in the final against Hajiev. I have to mention Hajiev from Azerbaijan.
Also entertaining.
That was, if that was Ippon scored, but we thought it was Vazari. We still think it was Vazari. We had a lot of discussion about it, so that's why I remember it. But in the end, it was Latisev from Moldova who won the gold medal. In the women categories, I have to call Van Lies out, of course, winning a gold medal, and year after winning a gold medal, and in style.
The only one.
No, Tsunoda as well, I think.
Tsunoda came back,
because that's the other one I wanted to mention. And for Van Lies out, she had one fight against the Italian that was quite close. Tsunoda with the standing seonages, and absolutely beautiful until today. She was my favorite fighter, but changed it because I know for sure this is the first time. I just texted my son, like, you have to see the heavyweight final, what happened there. Because Arai, I love to see a heavyweight like this. She's not that big. You can see that maybe she was 78 kilo, but with strong power. First with the hip throw on her knees, so much power, and afterwards the big ippon. That was a great final to watch, and Arai, a great champion in the heavyweights.
And our question was, who was going to sink Öztürk? Who could beat her?
Yes, and then you're thinking of somebody who has enough weight or enough body posture, but that's not the thing. I know for sure that if you want to make a good heavyweight, if you're in a country, you have some good 78 kilo fighters, they also have to want it. So if you say to a woman like, okay, we're going to build you up until 90 kilos or something, it's a choice in your life.
Yeah,
but
that's right.
If you have enough power and you have enough stamina, then it's possible to fight really big women, and that's what Arai showed us today.
Any word for the super heavyweights at the end?
In the plus.
yeah, for the men.
Well, I've seen a really nice ippon in the final
to
from
finish
the
off.
I wasn't that.
Same. I'm not going to write home about it. Yeah, you're quite right. Okay, we are going to be back tomorrow with more action, but this time it will be from the team event. We begin at 12 o'clock.
We're going to see some signs again. You're not seeing it, but we see some signs. And
12:30. 12:30
Local
How's that?
time,
Yeah,
of course, here in
12:30 local
Ecuador.
time. We look forward to your company. Then we hope that we'll be able to give you as much entertainment tomorrow as we have over the last 4 days. That's the end of the individual competition. Tomorrow we'll be back with the team. So join Dennis van der Geest and myself tomorrow at 12:30. But for now, goodbye.
Bye bye.
Join IJF NFT.